Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. I'm going to do a quick unboxing. My son just got these off of Facebook Marketplace. These are Burton's Step On Boots and Binding System. He said, Dad, these are just going to be the coolest things in the world, and he's super excited about them. They're in really good shape. I'm just going to show everybody what you get when you get them. So they come in this really nice backpack. And then the bindings are kept in here. And they attach to this. This is where the boots are kept. So first we're going to undo. So this is what the backpack looks like with just the boots. And then here's the bindings. So let's go over the bindings first. Okay, so when we open the bindings, it's got a really nice zipper on it. You've got instruction manuals. Really nice manual. You've got your clips, and then here's the step-ons. We're going to put this off to the side. So there's those. Like I said, the manual is really nice. It's got nice big pictures. Yeah. So one side is all English. If you need to see a part of the manual, you can pause the video and look at it. But I'm going to try to go through them. My son's the snowboarder, but he said these are just the nicest boots he's had, and he really wanted me to do a review on them. So here you've got the step-ons. Let's see what's in the bag. So you've got screws for both mounting hardware. You've got this leash. I'll show you this leash, how it works. So you've got these two that are 4x4 that take 4 screws. And then these two are for the 2 screws. So depending on what board you have. So these screws are different size lengths. So you get 4 of the black ones and 8 of these to go along with whatever brackets you've got. And here's the one for the 4. It's got some really cool angle markings on them. So first I'll show you. So you just lift this up, and that's where the boot's going to go. But first we've got to lift this up, and that's where you're going to mount these. So these just drop right in there. And there's a little arrow, so you can remember what angle you've got it on, or what degrees. So that's really, really nice. Let's do the 4x4. And they've just got kind of like teeth that fit in there really nice. Now another nice feature of this is when you've got this flap up, you can adjust, you can move this in or out, depending on your boot size. And see this flap here, it's got several positions that it can snap into. So if you got a bigger boot, you can pull this out, and it's kind of like on a track. But we'll leave it in, then you just snap these in once it's mounted to the board. This is your release lever. And then you also have adjustments. So these are 2 Phillips screws that adjust this high back, and it can move it in or out depending on how you like it. But these are very, very well made by Burton. There's the bottom. They fold up real nice. So this is the men's binding. And my son is a large. He's an 11 and a half, and this was true to size. So these are 11 boots, and they fit him just like they would a normal shoe. So let's go over the binding a little bit more. There's the release lever. It's got a really nice gear mechanism here that's going to catch your boot. Like I said, these are used, but they're not used very much. Okay, so now let's get the boots out. Again, this is a really nice backpack. Very well made. Got a really nice zipper. Kind of like a waterproof lining on the inside, because you know these things are gonna be full of snow when you're carrying them around. That's all that comes in that bag. It's just the boots. So I'm going to go over the boots in detail, but first let's do the binding itself. So let's get the right one here. We've got the right boot. So this has got a really nice clip on the back. Now they keep mentioning this clip here. You're going to want to tuck your pant leg down into this clip. That's pretty important. They mentioned that several times in the literature and in their videos. So make sure your pant clip is tucked down in there. You've got the front clips. You know, that's metal. And that's a really nice bottom. That's a really strong, sturdy clip. And then on this side, that's another metal clip. You know, there's a little bit of flex to these, not much. I mean, I know you don't want a lot. So let's get into the clip. Here's what they're always saying. So this is going to slide in. There's a groove. I don't know if you can see it. But you've got to aim for that groove. It's real easy. It wants to go in that groove. And it's like a track for it. So you're going to put it in that track. It's going to click once. And then it clicks twice. So my son told me, and then you're going to click the front. So now it's all clicked. The sides are clicked, or the toes, and then the back is clicked twice. Now, depending on, you may have some snow buildup in your boot, and you may only get one click. He said that's okay. So let's go over the release. You're going to lift this handle. It's going to stay up. That's a really nice feature, that it stays up. And then you're just going to lift your heel out. And then the toes come with it. So let's do that again. Like I said, that handle will flip down once you get the boot out. So we're going to find that track. It really wants to go in that track. We're going to put that in. There's one click, 2 clicks, and then 2 clicks on the front. And those clicks are nice and loud. So if it's noisy, you can really hear it. And so if it goes in the first click, it's going to be there. You're still going to be okay, but it is nice to get that second click. And again, let's try to lift the handle. And they pull out. So yeah, this handle was sticking a little bit. It should stay up. Let's try the other one. Yeah, see this handle stays up relatively well. So this one is, you know, like I said, these are used, but still it's going to be pretty simple to get in and out of your boot. Let's try the other one. So again, there's that clip. And if you can see it, there's a real nice track for it to fall into. It's going to fall right in that track. It really wants to go there. So we're just going to push it. We're going to go in that track with the heel. And I'll show you. There's one click. And said if you don't have a bunch of snow, you can go for 2 clicks. There's 2 clicks. Then you're going to do the toe clicks. So see how these are not clicked in? There's 1. And there's 2. So that's real easy to do when you're on a board. And then let's do this. You're going to lift the lever. So see, yeah, lifting this lever on this one, see it stays up. And then the boot just comes out real easy. And then your toes are going to come out real easy too. Once you've got the heel out, the toes just kind of peel out. And again, it's got the same screws for adjusting. It's going to adjust right here. So you're going to be able to move this piece, this tall piece, in or out depending on how you want it with a Phillips screwdriver. Okay, so let's talk about this leash. They really recommend it because when you're riding a chairlift, they said these things could accidentally come undone. So you're going to put it through, you're going to loop it through the binding, okay, and that creates there. Then it's got these hooks on the inside of each boot, okay. So now if, let's say inadvertently, you come out, you've got the leash and your boot's going to be hanging onto the board. Now you only get one leash, but both boots have the little hook, so you can put it on either one. So there's what it would look like if you wanted to snowboard with it. I mean, it's not relatively too big. Here's how much space you've got between the binding and the boot. You know, it all fits in there really, really well. These are very well made. A lot of thought went into this. So let's adjust the forward lean. Like again, you're going to have a Phillips screwdriver. It's got to be kind of a skinny one to get down in there. That's kind of down in there a little bit. So I'm finding those actually are pretty hard to turn. So, but what it is there's a screw. When you turn it, I don't know if you can see it, but the binding's got a screw. So down in there, there's a screw that's coming out, and there's one on each side. And what that's going to do is it's going to move that more forward. I'm not sure exactly how much room you're going to get, because these, I don't want to strip them out. My son's not actually kind of leaning forward much. So, but these screws, you may want to deal with this ahead of time, because these are not wanting to adjust really well. And that may be just because these are a year old or something. But so again, I'm going to go over the boot here in just a minute, but we're just going to go over. So when you lift this lever, you can see how that's caught in there. You've got that's hooked. So when we lift that lever, that's what happens. It releases that back hook, and the boot almost wants to, it comes out really, really easy. And then the toes will follow. And then to put it back in, you're just going to make sure you're going to in that groove. It's pretty simple to find. I'm just kind of demonstrating it for you, but it wants to go there every time. Even if I'm a little off kilter, it just always kind of goes in there. There's one snap, and then there's the second snap. And then you're going to do the toes. 1, 2. So yeah, very, very simple. There's what it looks like. So yeah, if you wanted to bring this out a little bit more, you could. Again, you're just going to lift the lever. This lever does stay, and it just pulls out. So now let's talk about the boot. These boots are made very well nice. They got these really nice, like ratcheting things. So first off, let's describe these. So these ratchet to tighten it, and then when you want to loosen it, you're going to pull it. Now they act a little different. This one's spring loaded. So when I've got it up, it's kind of spring loaded. This one is not. So it doesn't spring in it doesn't spring back. When you pull it out, it stays out. And you get a lot of play with this one. So that's about the maximum travel there. And this one, like I said, but what I found a trick is, so say you get it open to where you want, and you push the button again and it stays. Because I know getting these things on and off can be tricky. It does have this little pull strap attached to the cords. And then you've got your boot liner in here. Now this thing's in there pretty good. I wasn't able, Yeah, so this thing's 11.5. But inside the boot, you do have Velcro. This is a pull tight strap, but so you've got this really nice Velcro here, which opens that up even wider. So now you've got a really big opening to get your foot in. And then once it's in, you can put this tongue down, and then you can Velcro. There's a lot of Velcro here to work with. So if you got a really small leg or kind of a bigger leg. And then you've got this. Now this is going to tighten down all of those laces kind of down on in the liner. And you're going to pull it, and it's made very well too. It's got this thing you can pull, and then like I said, the cord's going to go through here, and then when you want to lock it, you got to push those two together. That sort of locks it. And then when you pull that, you can pull this, and that'll release that and then bring it all the way up so that you can get your boot out. But when you've got that pulled tight, so you're going to pull it tight, and then you're just going to kind of push. You're going to push down that gray thing as you're pulling, and that locks it into place. And then you're just going to tuck this down in there. It's got a nice, big, nice, sturdy handle. Like I said, everything on these is very, very well made. Again, this is the Photon. And then when you're ready to tighten it up, I would probably do this one first. So we're going to lift it back up, and it's going to spring. Okay. And we're going to push it down so that we get that ratcheting action. Then we're probably going to tighten this one down too. But we got to push the button. Once we push it, then you get that ratcheting action. You got a lot of cord to take in. Like I said, these things are very well made. And then this is going to tighten this area. And that's your two things you're going to use to tighten the boots with. Now, one thing you might want to do, maybe that's what this strap is for, is to kind of pull those laces and tighten this back again. You're going to get used to how you do this. But these things are very well made, and you can ratchet these things down really hard. And the boot is really collapsing, and it's really becoming more of a solid boot with these things tight. Yeah, you're getting a lot of stiffness right here. You know, this is a little squishy here, but it becomes pretty stiff right through here where you've got everything kind of laced up. Really stiff back here. Nice big handle here. So again, this was just a dad. This was kind of a video on kind of how to use. These things were pretty simple. I'm not a snowboarder, but I figured out how to use them right away. So they're very, very well made. If you could, please like and subscribe, and thank you for watching.